to the subcommittee level. You at least owe it to the American people to have this inquiry be on display in front of the full Judiciary Committee. For that reason, I urge adoption of this amendment, and I yield back.
Gentleman, yield.
Oh, I'm sorry, I yield to the ranking member.
I appreciate it. You just brought out an interesting point, because I have right here, the chairman was here and was very vocal in the Clinton era impeachment issues on how this is supposed to go out and how you're actually supposed to do this. And it's really interesting to see that, you know, what was needed back then is not needed now, because frankly, there's a serious problem. They don't have the votes to go to the floor. And so now we're having to make it up as we go. But you bring out a very good point. But I mean, I got like 8-9 pages here of the contradictions of where we're at today and where we would be at. You bring that up. I disagree with the very improper that this is anything with impeachment. But if they're going to imply it, we at least need to point out the inconsistencies here as we go forward. And I appreciate the gentleman's amendment. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. I will recognize myself.
And Mr. Chairman, I yield back also.
Thank you. I will recognize myself in opposition to the amendment. The amendment essentially says that the chairman can designate a full committee hearing as being for the purpose of presentation of an impeachment investigation, but a subcommittee hearing cannot. Whereas the resolution says a committee or subcommittee hearing, the amendment would say only a full committee hearing. I would make 2 points. Number one, there are so many instances of misconduct and allegations of misconduct that we may very well, in order to do a complete, thorough job, have to use subcommittee as well as committee hearings, and not being enough days otherwise for the task. Number two, there is ample precedent for subcommittees being used in this fashion, and I was on the committee during the Clinton impeachment, as the gentleman states, and the committee, under then Republican leadership, under Chairman Hyde, used subcommittees to hold hearings on the subject. I remember in particular one subcommittee hearing in the Constitution Subcommittee on the question of what is an impeachable offense. But subcommittees were used for impeachment hearings as part of the impeachment investigation. Committee held hearings. At least the Constitution Subcommittee, maybe other subcommittees, I don't remember, also did. And there's no reason why we can't parcel out the work that is necessary to be done to subcommittees if necessary. So I oppose the amendment. Any other discussion on
Move this right last word.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, you just made my point. This is, I go back to my very first statement of my Snapchat filter. You're using your Snapchat filter here. You went basically to say that, what now? Instagram, Snapchat. Yeah, I missed it. Darn it. I mean, we're so in fantasy land here. Nobody knows what's going on. I think this is the problem. You just went back to what we said. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, it doesn't matter. We're not in an impeachment inquiry. It doesn't matter what we're doing here. This is what, I don't care if you, I mean, here's my problem. The chairman could do this at any time. The chairman could do this at any time. He just don't do it because he wants the appearance of something that it's not. And he just gave the answer to the gentleman from Colorado saying that we did this in an impeachment inquiry. You're not in an impeachment inquiry. And so you can continue to call it whatever you want. I think just be honest. And what we're looking at is saying, let's just talk about what is here and what is not here. With that, I yield back.